Good day, everybody. Let's continue our plasticine model making with an eye. Pretty simple technique, okay? It's not the only way to make an eye. We can make eyes in a few different ways. I'm going to show you one way to do with a ball and some coils, okay? Let's see. We got that little loop tool that I made. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal. We can use other things. My tool like this, this has that curved end that could be useful for you too. Boom, boom, and still a pencil. In the saran wrap, I didn't talk much about saran wrap in the last video, but it's great to use in your final layers, okay? I was using it with this wire tool and lightly working it. But if you didn't have anything like this, I would imagine that a pencil that doesn't have too sharp of a tip would work pretty well too, because you can lightly. The thing is that you lay down the plastic wrap and then drag it across very, very lightly. You can press a little bit harder here and there to build, depends on what kind of texture you're building, but it's a great way to do it. And one more thing about skin textures with the plastic wrap technique. You do your bigger textures just straight into the clay, and then you lay down the plastic wrap and you can do the next big layer of textures, pressing a little bit deeper, then press a little bit lighter on top of that with the finest textures. Okay? Practice, you'll get there. Alright? Put this away for now. Alright. Got my clay. Boom. I'm going to make like just a little slab to work with as if it was part of the face, like this one's going. Okay? I'm going to make it, roughly life size. And warm this up a little bit. How have you all been doing? Email me. Let me know how you've been doing. I like to know. I really, really miss being in the studio. But trying to make the most of things the best way we can, right? All right. I'll square it up a little bit. Okay. So one thing we need to pay attention to is the anatomy of the eye, right? The eye socket, it's big, right? You ever draw a skull? Notice how big the eye socket is compared to an eyeball, the way we see it on our faces. I mean, there's so much going on in here with muscle, tissue, okay? Fills in quite a bit. Eye socket, it's pretty big. I'm going to take this slab and then hold it down and just press in, okay? Press it in, like that, okay? I'm going to shape it a little bit, right? Because this side of the eye is narrower than this side. Shape it a little bit like that. Give it maybe a little bit of a brow ridge. Not much though. Okay. Work this in. I want to go a little deep. See that on the other side? How it goes? Just like that. And this is just an exercise, right? We're just getting used to creating an eyeball out of clay. Okay. Just move some of this out. Edge it up some. All right. There we go. Nice cast shadow falling in there, right? And take my leftover clay and make myself a ball. Boom. Now that's way too big. I'll pinch some off. By the way, if you're doing this, making a full face, and you want it to be symmetrical, do each step one at a time, right? Push in, Your eye socket, push in the other eye socket. Make one ball, make another ball. Okay, do it all step by step. That way you can get it matched up to finish an eye, sculpt it all the way, and then try to make the matching one. It just does not jive well. So always do it step by step, I say. All right. Even that is a little big. I'm going to cut this down too. I don't want it to be a full ball. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, make some coils here. We're going to do the underside of the eye first. All right. Okay. There's our eye. I switched in the video. At first I was using this tool. Remember, I'm not exactly too familiar with these specific tools, but we found what works, right? I was trying this, the other thing goes too well, so I switched out and I used the end of this, which worked a lot better. It was a lot softer concave than that was too harsh and sharp. I was using the plastic wrap to unify some pieces before I went in and textured. I also used my fingernail quite a bit to do some of the line texture in there. Okay, now for the eyebrow, I rolled out a very small coil and flattened it, then laid it in. Okay, and I don't want my eyebrow to be too thick. Okay, I mean, it's just hair, it's really thin. I wish I had really big, huge, bushy eyebrows like Ernest Borgnine, but I don't. Um, and most people don't. So I just laid that in and then textured it. Well, like eyebrow hair is textured. I left the end though, right, to be not dimensional, and so it would just feather into the rest of the brow ridge. Okay. All right. Feel free to have fun with it. If you want to try an expressive eye, have at it. Okay, those are my tips.